Vampire Academy finally gets a movie trailer. And I didn't like it. I liked some of it. There are definitely good bits in it, and that's great. There's to me it's kind of split into two halves. The good half and the bad half. And the first half is the bad half. The first half is just about high school and about vampire high school, and everyone who sees it's going to be like, I'm so sick of vampires and all this rubbish. And it also to me looks like has anyone seen Vampires Suck? Like with the piss take of Twilight. It looks like a piss take of a vampire movie where they're all going and I don't like it. It looks like a Mean Girls, vampire Mean Girls, and everyone's saying it looks like Mean Girls because of the director, and it does. And I think even if it wasn't the director, everyone would be saying it was like Mean Girls or something like Mean Girls. So it's that first half. That's all it sort of says about the movie as well. Because then the second half, a different music kicks in. It goes into action and like punching, and that's more what I associate with Vampire Academy. But it doesn't say any more about the story. It kind of leaves you with this whole chick flick idea, and then you see punching, and that who are you punching? Why are you punching them? To people that haven't read the books. So that's kind of all I have to say. There were some good bits, like when Alyssa and Christian were kissing. That was good. And the Dimitri training and the Lost Charm, you get to see a little bit of that, and everyone obviously recognises that from the book and like fangirls. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought of the trailer, like as a whole. Okay, I'm gonna go now. That's 1:38. I did that quite quickly. I'm gonna go into the casting now. Hopefully that'll take about 5 minutes, and I won't go over the casting. Okay. I feel I'm going to start with Mason, who I didn't see in the trailer. I might have missed him. He might have a little bit in bits that go bam, bam, bam with punching, but I didn't see him. And I've seen pictures of his character, and he's the best one. I think he's the best cast. He's spot on. He looks like I pictured Mason in my head, which is always good. Natalie, I think you've seen Natalie a little bit at the beginning when they're walking through the hall, and you see her apparently as a struggle, but I didn't see that. I think I missed quite a bit in the action shots there, even though I've watched the trailer a few times. But they've given her glasses, which I quite like. That's sort of director's artistic license that doesn't upset anyone, which is good, and it adds to her character. I don't think she had glasses in it. She might have, but I'm looking forward to seeing her being Natalie. And Mia, I think they did cast Mia well. They did. She's small. She has sort of the big eyes, and she looks like a doll. The only thing that I'm going to make a fuss about here is her hair. She's got kind of a boy haircut. She's got a just short, kind of cropped boy haircut. And in the book it does make a bit of a big deal about how she's got blonde, perfect ringlets that make her look like a porcelain doll. And I feel like they should have just at least invested in a wig to, not upset anyone. But they've done that, so it's alright. She still could be Mia. She looks bitchy and she's cool, so that I'm good with that. Christian, I think they did well. He looks sarcastic. He's got black hair. I think he's got blue eyes. His eyes are a little bit small, close together or something. But apart from that, I don't think they could have got perfectly Christian in everyone's head. So I do think he's great. Christian was good. Dimitri, again, I don't think they could go very far wrong with. I think I've seen his face, and he's got a bit of a rounder face than I imagined. I sort of thought his jaw was going to be more sort of angular and like, I don't know. That's how I just pictured him, sort of a strong face rather than. But he's tall. He's got dark hair and a ponytail, and he's Russian and. He's got his duster on, and you can't go very far wrong with that. And he looks like he's walking away from the scene of dead bodies or whatever that he's just killed because he's such a god. And yeah, so that's perfect. And who else? In the background, Krovo, is that the head teacher? I'm probably going to just murder the names, but she looks a bit evil. She looks a bit too evil to be who she is. She's supposed to be just like, she's supposed to be like the authority who just likes giving lectures and stuff. Like when Rose comes back in, she's just like, I don't think you should continue your education in St. Vladimir's Academy anymore. But in that she's like touching her face and baring her like fangs, and she looks like she's threatening her, and it just Rose has got a very Rose face on there though. She looks quite like, I don't give a shit. But I feel like Grover could be less evil. But that's just me. And she looks like, I think she's on a desk at one point kissing someone or something like that. Might be a feeder. They might have done the whole like erotic feeder Ambrose thing early or something like that. And Rose is under the table with a computer that she looks like she's hacking or something, which again, she doesn't start with the hacking and the stuff until later books. Like she doesn't start with the stake until Frostbite. But they could have put stuff like that in early just to foreshadow that she's going to be some big badass or something and get people more interested in it. That's fine. I don't care. What I do really have a problem with is Lissa. I really have a problem with Lissa. She isn't how I pictured her at all. She's not tall. She might be tall. Slim. She hasn't got the slimmest face in the world. She might have a slim. I want to talk, but she might have like a slimmer body or something. But she doesn't look like a Mariah to me at all. And she's a bit ditzy, like in the first half. In the chick flick half, she's a bit like, thanks. And then in the second half, she's all regal and queenly, and talking about blood, apparently. But she's not like that in the first book. She self-harms. That's a really serious thing. I feel like it should be darker, just to get that in, that it's not like a joke. They might make it a joke of it unless they cut it out altogether. And it's not a joke. She's depressed, and she doesn't start getting kind of royal until third book, I think, fourth one. But yeah, so I don't know what they've done with that. It looks like she's split personality, and neither one of them are Melissa. And is she English or Australian or something? Am I missing something here? And she's supposed to be American? If she's doing an American accent, it's not very good. I heard she was an Australian accent, but her voice sounded kind of British there, and that makes no sense. And I don't like her. I don't think she's. I might be wrong. I could be wrong, but I feel like she might ruin this a little bit. And I'm sorry, someone, Lucy Fry. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but I don't think that commercial, at least I'm only going on the advert, showed that you were Lissa. And I think the only person, unless I'm forgetting anyone, I've got left is Rose. And I don't know what to say about Rose. I like her. She's good. She, again, I'm going to make a big fuss about the hair. She needs to straighten it. She does need to straighten your hair. You can't have it curly, even though she does. And you don't look half Turkish. But apart from that, I think you could. Zoe Deutsch, whatever her name is, could be a good Rose. If anyone's seen Ringer, because I was watching Ringer before she was even cast as Rose, and I thought she'd be quite a good Rose because she kind of has that whole she can play the sarcastic, get into a fight at the last minute person, and I think her character was very Rose-like in that, and so she could be good. And what I've seen, some of the bits in the trailer, she was bad, like the not bad, but the script was rubbish, like the first bit about high school. But then she's got the faces, and when she's fighting with the black leather stuff on, she does look very Rose. That's kind of what I lined up in my head, because the first bit I can't associate with Vampire Academy. Oh, it doesn't make any sense to me that's Vampire Academy. So yeah, I think you kind of have to wait and see with Rose, because I could go one way or completely the other, and I have no real proper opinion on what she's going to be like yet. And she's the most important one, so we'll have to see. I wish if they were going to start doing stuff early, they'd have done Adrian, which obviously I don't really wish that, because they'd have probably got a bad actor just to do a little part. But I really want to see Adrian. I want him to be Ed Westwick. And if anyone's seen Gossip Girl and Ed Westwick, Chuck Bass, he's kind of Adrian. And I really want that, but it's probably not going to happen. But that's how I've always seen Adrian, just as Ed Westwick as Chuck Bass. And that would kind of, it's just how I see him in my head. And as if they've got an actor to play that, I'd be really happy if that was him. But I don't think, based on this casting, it's going to happen. Or a few people see him. A few people see like Chase Crawford and other people. But and Ian Somerhalder or whatever. I think he'd be quite good as well. But I think they're probably going to find someone new for Adrian. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. This is the trailer now, the 1 minute and a half trailer that I've seen, and I have got 9 minutes of talking for a 1 minute and a half trailer. Because I really love these books, and I can't wait to see them in February and as movies. So yeah, I hope they don't wreck it. See you later. Bye.